What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Blank Gameweek 29 podcast from the Football Chatbox. My name is Ryan, and I'm joined with Roy, and he's got his Arsenal shirt on with Arsenal top of the league. How are you doing? Oh, look at that Declan Rice, newly ordered as well. Fresh, hot off the rack. How are you doing, Roy?
I'm doing fantastically today and watched some of the Champions League last 16 games, and that penalty shootout was
Oh,
just
yeah.
nerve-wracking, really.
I did see the
But we
penalty
got it in
shootout.
the end.
Yeah.
You didn't?
I,
Yeah, we
I, I
got it
saw
in
it.
the
I
end
saw it.
anyway.
I got on, was watching the penalty shootout, and David Raya, the hero. I was like, as soon as Raya made this, I was like, Ramsdale, you better be looking for a new club next season.
I think the penalties we took are pretty good too. I think the
Yes.
boys have been practicing for last week.
Mm,
I think Saka said it in the post-match interview. He said, well, everyone's been practicing
mm,
penalty shootout, which is, it just shows like how prepared we are now. Rather than just see how we go
yep.
like before. I'm pretty happy with the result.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think overall Arsenal did well. Now the question is another big game coming, not this week, tiny break,
Yep.
and then big game on game week 30.
Yeah, I suppose I'm not too worried. I
Yeah.
think the pressure is on City.
Yep.
Um, it's not really on us.
No,
Um,
but this time, yeah, this time it's on City to kind of because they've been in a very patchy form, City, in the last
mm,
couple of weeks. Even the game against United, I think if we had a full strength squad, I think we could have taken them on even more.
or Rashford
Yeah, that's
like
what.
took his chances,
Yeah,
and it will be,
exactly.
if it's 2-0, it will be a different story.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty confident really going into that game. I'm hoping to get a result.
Mm. So we'll see what that happens as well. A lot of managers sold Haaland, Jordan in our mini league, who's top, sold
Oh,
Haaland.
really?
Yeah, and I was hoping that Haaland would
Wow.
do something against Liverpool, but he didn't. So I think Jordan will be without Haaland again in Game Week 30 as well. So that's something to kind of wait and see.
Well,
Um,
he knows something. This guy knows a lot.
I know that's why he's top and that's why we're chasing him down. But let's go into so far the game week is not over, but it's been a pretty underwhelming game week, kinda. So I
What,
yeah,
39?
I'm on
Wow.
39, mainly due to starting Pedro Porro and Heung-min Son. So I sold KDB and got
Right.
Heung-min Son in. Um, but I did
Mm,
bench Garnacho. So had Ariola, Doughty, Gabriel, Pedro Porro, San, Saka, Foden, Odegaard, Solanke with a 0 pointer, Haaland, Watkins, and I benched Garnacho, which is a bit of a disappointment. Because I was thinking of like starting him over Foden, but I just didn't do it. So yeah, 39 points. I'm kind of worried though, because I'm going into this like the double Luton versus Bournemouth, and a lot of
mm,
people have like 4 players at least minimum, while I've just
hmm.
got Solanke and Doty only. So I don't know what's going to turn up, what's going to happen. So we'll wait and see on that. But yeah, on the bordering of a green arrow. So we'll see based on how that fixture goes. I'll know if I
Yeah.
get it.
From what we're seeing so far with Bournemouth, I'm not holding my breath. I
Yep.
got three Bournemouth players, and no, I'm not holding my breath. This is potentially is the game week that I made a massive mistake.
Going with like the Bournemouth players or
Yeah, just having gamble on three Bournemouth players
yeah.
and hoping they would give me something, but that just really didn't pan out.
Yep. Fair enough. Yeah. So that's what. So we'll go to your team. And
Mm.
you again. This is where the Bournemouth players, I guess, didn't turn up. You had Leno, Gabriel, Smith, Doherty, De Bruyne, Foden, Kluivert, Saka, Watkins, Haaland, and Solanke. And on the bench, oh, look at that bench. Garnacho on the bench, Estupinian on the bench, Dalot on the bench. Tough bench to look at. That bench has
I
the same
know.
amount of points as your starting 11.
That's what I'm saying, right? This is just a mistake.
Yeah.
In hindsight,
Yep.
hindsight's always right.
Yeah, true. That's the thing. So what to do? But
Yeah,
KDB
I
returned.
did what I thought it was the right
Yeah.
decision, but
Yeah. True. True.
mm,
True. That's the thing. Um, we'll see. I mean, you never know, right? You still have 4 players. Something could happen, but hard to say what will happen. That's the thing.
it just gave me the foundation I have for the future game week just
Mm,
not very good.
mm.
I didn't really think it through. I think that is a mistake. That is something I need to learn from.
What is your plans going forward? Like chip
Well,
plans?
29 just gonna have to use free hit.
Yeah, same.
Then I'm leaning towards I just gonna have to wildcard. Otherwise, I have no chance.
Yep, fair enough.
Um,
Wild card
yeah,
is in 30 or
I
31?
30 potentially.
Yeah, okay.
My team is pretty bad, so
Yep,
something has to change.
yeah,
Something drastic has to happen.
fair enough. All right. Yeah, because I'm uncertain on whether I wildcard 31 or even try and stretch it out.
Mm,
All depends on because I was thinking of getting like Salah as well. And actually, let me
mm,
go to the fixtures. Because Liverpool have Brighton in game week 30 and then Sheffield United in 31. Now,
mm,
I was thinking of either like stretching like delaying the wild card to somewhere like 35 and dead end my team in 34, depending on how the doubles go
mm,
and whatnot. I haven't really fully decided on that. Um, it all depends on how fit Salah is, how I see him in the FA Cup. Because when he came on in the City game, he wasn't as fit and like firing. So
mm.
even if I was to think of getting Salah, it's like a -8 to get Salah in for game week 30. I'm not sure I want to take a -8 for Salah, but it depends on like it will pay off over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah,
The question is, do I want to do it or
yeah.
not?
I think my idea really is to get Salah in to get KGB out,
Yeah,
De Bruyne out in the next round.
yeah,
I'm still thinking about doing that. I'm just hoping the rest of the team will still hold.
mm,
Um, but let's see how I go.
yeah,
But 29 just gonna have to just free hit that one.
yeah,
Hopefully I can score big. But
yeah,
everyone's using free hit anyway, right?
yeah. Majority, unless they're set up for like non-free hit like Jordan is. Uh,
Mm,
like most of us would have like 5 or 6 players or less than that looking at a free hit this week.
correct.
Um, Now we'll talk about the free hit players as well, and there's a free hit video out on the channel as well that I did with like giving different options on players to go for. So if anyone wants to watch, that's also there. But let's go straight into the fixtures. Now, before we go into fixtures, this is something that we've been doing in the last couple of weeks, Karan and myself, which is basically
Mm,
looking at the expected odds for like gaming 28 and then looking at whether the teams kind of followed through with their expected odds.
mm-hmm,
Um, and based on that, what I've done is in the next slide, I've created this table. So outside the bracket is the actual XG they got, and inside the bracket was the XG they were supposed to get.
mm-hmm,
And if it's red, it means they underperformed. If it's green,
mm-hmm,
it means they met their XG or overperformed the XG. And if it's yellow, it
mm-hmm.
means they're like borderline. So for example, City,
Similar. Okay.
yeah, so 2.64, 2.7 was predicted, so kind of similar. Um, and based on that, we're trying to see whether we can find a pattern to see whether certain teams actually tend to overperform what they expected to, or whether they
Mm-hmm.
are underperforming what they expected to. Kind of help us predict. Oh, we're
Yep.
looking into like the next fixture and whatnot. So we'll see how that goes. This is how it's so far. But the main teams, we'll start with I guess Burnley versus Brentford. Um, Burnley, they've kind of been underperforming a bit of their this thing, whereas Brentford are kind of meeting their odds that they're kind of
Yep.
expected to. So I don't think I have the latest odds. I don't think it's out yet because it's done by a guy named Rob T on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually, it's out. Let me go and get it. Let me actually bring it up because that will actually make for an interesting discussion. Live editing, live editing. So let me get rid of this, and I'll put this as high as well. So what do you think?
Oh, I think Brentford. They're pretty organized.
Yeah,
It's such an organized team. Always Ivan Tony up front. I think you're gonna if you use free hit, you're gonna have to pick him, right?
yeah.
You just can't miss picking Tony in front. Um, I think this is their best chance to get 3 points. They're not in good form, and this is their chance
Mm.
to stay away from the relegation zone.
Mm.
I think they just put all their effort in this game. they will win. I
Yep.
think they will win.
Fair enough. Now, if you were on a free hit, which we both of us are, what's like the players that we're looking at from Brentford? So Ivan Toney, I guess we kind of want because penalties, most likely playing 90 minutes as well. Any other players you're looking at?
If you want to get a keeper, you
Yeah,
want to get a keeper from them. We've been looking at other teams and not real good
keeper options.
keeper options there,
Yeah,
apart from, well, actually, no, really.
yeah,
Maybe Martinez,
yep,
maybe.
yep.
I think it is the Brentford keeper and Martinez
Yeah, fair
and
enough.
Tony will
Yep,
be what you would pick from.
yep, yep.
But from that midfield, there's not anyone like stand out.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, Wisa maybe just
maybe.
between, yeah, he's quite like Tony's stand out. So
Yep.
you pick one and the goalkeeper, maybe that will do.
Yeah, true, true, true. That's the thing. I think
Because you're gonna pick three Spurs player, right? You're gonna have to
yep,
pick three
yeah, on a
Spurs
free hit.
players, three Villa
Yeah.
player. That's already six. You probably pick, I don't
He
know, Luton players as well.
the one thing I guess is the other one to consider. We don't know. Region was injured
Mm-hmm.
in the last game, so maybe if he's fit, could be an option because he tends to take set pieces from
Mm-hmm.
free kicks and whatnot. So he could be an option as well, potentially. But that's basically it. From a Burnley perspective, I'm not really looking at that many players, to be honest.
Yeah. They're gonna go down, right? So
Yeah,
they have no one there. Is threatening? They're just so bad. That team is so bad.
fair enough.
They go straight down.
Yep.
But Brentford, the issue is Brentford. They all their first team defenders are injured.
Yep.
So
Yes.
that
Pinnock and
defending
me.
is a worry. Yeah, so
Mm,
he's a worry there. But play against Burnley, they will win.
yeah, fair enough. That's why we're kind of expecting them to probably keep a clean sheet.
Mm,
All right. Luton versus Forest. Um, this is a bit more of a harder game to call. Now, obviously, Luton players, a lot of managers on a non-free hit went and loaded up on Luton players.
hmm
They haven't delivered so far. I guess Doughty is the one player that we're looking from Luton just because of the attacking threat.
Yeah.
But
And
for
their
yeah,
striker, what's his name? Adi
Morris, Arthur
Morris
Morris,
or
yeah.
Adebayo?
Adebayo, he's injured, I think, but I don't know if he's fit just yet. That might have to
Uh,
kind of keep an eye out for. But Morris is the other one who's on pens. Now, if Adebayo is fit, then he becomes a better option, but I don't think so. He's fit. We'll have to
right.
check and see.
So it's Morris
Yeah,
and Doughty.
yeah. From Forest, though, there are differentials for a free hit. Elanga is one, potentially.
Yeah, yeah.
Gibbs White is another option.
I like Gibbs White.
Yeah.
He's such a key player for
Mm,
Forest.
yeah. He
I
could be
mean,
on
this
set.
team
Good.
is pretty under the radar. That no one really is looking at Forest that much.
Their data is not. Okay, let me show you this. This is team attack, and I've highlighted the last 6 game weeks. All the teams in blue are the teams that are playing this week. So Forest is kind of like mid-table slash slightly lower. So it's not
Yeah,
as convincing in terms of team attack. The defense though is actually pretty decent,
yeah, right,
even
yeah.
though it's the same. The only thing is, we look at Luton, who have a pretty decent attack, but Luton's defense is horrible. They're the worst defense, which is why I guess when you say that people are kind of like overlooking Forest players, maybe they are. The problem is, who do you go for?
Gibbs White.
Yeah.
Gibbs White, and as you said, Alanga
Mm.
is a good option.
Yep.
Apart from that, they really pretty sort of an ordinary team.
Yeah.
No one really stands out apart
Yep.
from Gibbs White.
Yep. Yep. That's the thing. That's why I'm like, yeah. I probably. I don't know who's going to start. I want to see whether Gibbs White or like even Elanga, he got benched in the last game. So need to see whether he's going to start or not. If we get any news whether he's started or not, will be a very interesting on a free hit option.
Yeah.
There is Chris Wood as well, if anyone's interested. But I think forward spots there are a few better options, to be honest.
Yeah, you've got your Watkins and
Yeah, Tony,
probably
yeah, Morris. We'll get to the Fulham team as well. There's a decent forward spot there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess Elanga and Gibbs White probably from Forest mainly, and then obviously from Luton you got Doty and Morris.
Morris.
Yeah, as options. Fulham versus Spurs. Now this is where we want our like triple Spurs. Sun is definite. The next
Yes.
question is: do you go for like a triple Spurs attack on a free hit, or do you go for a one defender, two Spurs attack?
I'm leaning towards one defense and
Yeah,
two attack. Because once you put too many attacks, you kind of limit
yeah, your options
the,
as
the
well from there.
potential,
Yeah,
and yeah, it's probably Sun and
Addison or Johnson, Brennan Johnson.
I haven't seen that play
Yeah,
really. And Werner, has he been playing?
Werner. So he played the game before, but then he got benched the last game, and Brennan Johnson played the last game. So this is another one where we're not really sure between Brennan Johnson and Timo Werner who's going to start.
The
Um,
Richarlison
Richarlison
is
is
not
out,
really playing.
injury
Oh, he's
most
out.
likely. Yeah, because if he was fit, then a
Uh,
lot of people will have Richarlison. Yeah,
True. What about the guy on the right?
Kulusevski.
What's his name? Yeah, Kulusevski.
Yeah, he
That
will
would be a good
play.
option too,
Yeah,
right?
he's also a good option. Yes, that's the thing.
If he plays and Sun plays, that's probably the two you're gonna go for.
Madison's also there.
Oh yeah, Medicine is there too. I think yes, probably Medicine's Sun
Yeah. So
and Porral.
yeah, Poro, Udogi, one of the two are good
Yeah,
options. Yeah, I think that's where I'm also leaning towards most likely that those three like Poro,
yeah, it's
Madison,
pretty
Sun.
straightforward.
Yeah. From Fulham though, they're very attacking team the last couple of weeks. And if I was to go back to the slide before that, where is Fulham on this list? Look at that. They meet or they over exceed their expected odds. 2.94 in the last game against Wolves. Um, they do create a lot, and Muniz from Fulham is a pretty good option. I can go back to the table if you want to just check. Yeah. But Muniz
Yeah,
from Fulham is a pretty good option for forward spot. 4.5 million, I think. And for those who are non free hit as well and are looking for a cheap striker to get in for this week with Sheffield United next week as well in Gameweek 30. Not a bad player as well. What do you think?
yeah. But playing against Spurs is a different game, right?
Yep.
So if the Spurs turn up, really, I can't see Fulham competing with them. But then again, it's Fulham's home game.
Yes. They're
They're not
expected to
too
score
bad
at least one
at
goal.
home.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is interesting. This is the one that is so unpredictable.
Yeah.
They won't keep a clean sheet,
Yep.
Fulham for
Yeah.
sure. So as you say, it's probably the attacking
Yes.
players,
Threat. Yeah, that's the
and
thing.
that's one or two just to diversify your risk. You probably just only pick one player out of Fulham. You
Iwobi is
already
there.
have three Spurs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will be being in good form.
Yeah. Scored in the last game as well. Another option. Tough one.
Yeah,
There are a few
tough
options.
one.
Yeah.
Mm.
Um.
If there are better options, you probably just stay away from Fulham.
Probably. This is where I'm thinking, right? Because now you have Iwobi in midfield. You have Muniz in forward. Now this depends on what type of like formation you go on a free hit as well, or even those for looking at non-free. It depends on what kind of formation they go. Because if they go for like a 3-5-2, so then your
Yep.
forward line is like Watkins and Tony most likely. Then you could probably look at Iwobi as like a fifth midfielder option. But if you go for like a 3-4-3, then your third striker you're looking at either Muniz, Morris, one of those two probably for this week.
Is Bowen midfield
Midfield,
or
yeah.
Bowen's midfield? Okay, yeah. I suppose that's it really.
Yeah. So it depends on the formation as well, like between picking these players that you're going for.
Yeah, Ivan Tony and Watkins.
Yeah,
It's
and
probably
then
everyone's gonna choose these two, right?
yeah, exactly. So then it's that third striker, or if you play a 3-5-2, it's that fifth or fourth midfielder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But there are options there. And then obviously Aston Villa versus West Ham. I guess we all want Watkins.
Yes.
Bowen could be a punt as well, a good option.
Yes, just so if you were to diversify the risk, you
Yeah.
probably need to have Bowen in your team.
Yeah. The question is, who else would you go for from this? Now, obviously, McGinn is out, red card. So that kind of does make Villa defense slightly a bit more weaker.
Yeah,
Kudus
do
is
you go
there.
for Douglas Luiz?
I don't know. His numbers away from home, FPL wise, are not as great compared to when he's at home. And with McGinn out, I'm thinking he might play a slightly deeper. But at the end of the day, he still does have pens for Villa as well. That's something to kind of consider. Where
Fullbacks, maybe it's fullback, Villa's
probably,
fullbacks.
yeah. Now, both of these teams are also playing Europe this week. So we need to keep an eye out for that as well in terms of the lineups and all. Like, let's say you mentioned fullbacks, right? Alex Moreno and Luca Dean. If one of them plays in Europe, maybe the other one will play in the Premier League. So we kind of need to know who plays in Europe, who plays in the Premier League.
Yeah, a lot to look out for, right?
Yeah, indeed. And then
I think
West Ham,
West Ham, they lost their first leg,
yes,
didn't they?
1-0. So they need to win this as well. So now, if their game also goes to like added time, like Arsenal's one, is there more minutes? What happens there? All of that to consider as well.
Yeah, probably looking at that, Villa probably holds upper hand.
Probably yes. But then Villa in general, I think would hold up, and even though they're away from home, because West Ham is a very odd team. You never know what you're gonna get from West Ham. They're very
And Watkins is firing. So
yes, that's the thing. So I'd expect Watkins to do well. From West Ham, Kudus is also another option. Bowen is an option, and Paqueta also on pens. He's another option. Rush, if he was here, Ward Prowse, for set pieces, another one to consider. But I wouldn't look at any defenders. I don't think they're keeping a clean sheet.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
So having discussed all of that, captaincy, where are you leaning towards?
Son.
Yeah, standout game, most likely.
Mm.
Yeah. I think Son, probably Watkins.
Or Ivan Toney, right? Evan Toney.
Yeah, against Burnley. His numbers haven't been as great, but option. He is an option, definitely.
Yeah, he's the target man.
Yep.
He will take all the penalties. Maybe his hat trick is coming up. Maybe he's gonna score a hat trick.
I don't know. Maybe, who knows? But yeah, I think it's either Son, Tony, or Watkins for this week. One of the three.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Just a quick question though. If I were to make one transfer for 29, then I use free hit. Does that transfer still count?
No. So let's say, for example, in your team, you have KDB, right? If you were to take KDB out for Sun this week, and then later you play the free hit, in game week 30, you will have KDB back.
Oh damn. Okay.
So no.
And so I'm just basically wasting a free transfer, really.
Yeah, effectively. Your free hit is basically your free transfer, kinda. And also in game week 30, you won't have two free transfers, you'll have only one free transfer. Even if you had one free transfer this week and you don't make the transfer, you still have only one free transfer in game week 30.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I was asked this question before as well by someone else. I was like, no. So yeah, you're stuck with the players you have from game week 28 going into game week 30.
I don't like my players.
Yeah,
anyway.
Fair enough. That's why I think you have the wildcard chip lying there waiting ready to get rid of.
Gonna have no choice. Probably.
Yeah. One thing to also add on top of this is along with the fixtures in the Premier League, there is the FA Cup fixtures that will happen that will impact how the doubles in 34 will occur. So whoever loses in 34 is very likely to get a double in. Sorry, whoever loses in the FA Cup's quarterfinals, very likely to get a fixture in 34. So that's also something to monitor for this week. And then after that is an international break. before Game Week 30. So international break, then Game Week 30, and Game Week 31 is a midweek fixture, and then Game Week 32. So you have like 3 game weeks within the space of a week. That's also something to consider. So having said that, chips right now you're looking at either 30 or 31 for a wild card. I think those are the 2 popular windows right now. Free hit is 29, and then obviously bench boost, and if anyone else is saving their free hit, they could probably look at either 34 or 37, one of those weeks to play it. And then obviously you're looking to dead end your team. If you're playing a wild card in 30 or 31, depending on that specific week, you'll dead end your team before that. So that's kind of where things are looking like. And obviously triple captaincy, maybe 34, 37 for anyone who still has it. Those are probably one of the weeks. Yeah. Apart from that, there is a possibility that Spurs could. Spurs' double will be kind of tough. So yeah, one of the doubles in 34, 37 is probably where you're going to look at putting it on either a Haaland or a Salah. If anyone has it. Yeah. And
so Jordan, I guess the strategy really is like don't do anything until
you're certain
the FA Cup is finished and you know what game's gonna come up.
Yep, exactly. And I think Jordan, he didn't play his triple captaincy this week. I was so sure he was going to play his triple captaincy on Solanke, but he didn't. So he's probably keeping it for 34, 37 as well. So yeah, we'll wait and see on top of that.
He knows what he's doing.
I know. It makes it so hard to try and chase him down, but here we are trying to chase him down. So yeah, that's when you can play your chips. Now, team attack. Aston Villa with the best attack so far. Last 6 game weeks for the teams playing this week. Fulham next. This is where I'm like Fulham also not a bad option. Muniz will be because their attack is pretty decent. Luton up there. Spurs, Forest, West Ham, Brentford, and Burnley right at the bottom, which is why a lot of people are going for double Brentford defense. Burnley's attack isn't as great. Team defense, on the other hand, Forest up there, Spurs also up there. The Forest up there kind of like is what kind of shocked me, because I was thinking, right, because one other thing that has been mentioned for Brentford is Visa as another option. So people have been considering like a Tony plus Visa double up against Burnley. Which means you probably don't go Flecken or you don't go Reggie on one of the two. And then that's why I was like looking at Forest, and I was like looking at Forest goalkeeper Sells, see whether he has a chance of keeping a clean sheet, because the defensive numbers aren't too bad. But then obviously they're playing against Luton, and Luton at home, and Luton's attacking data is not too bad as well. So I was like, they're not going to keep a clean sheet in that case. So yeah, another team to consider. Fulham defense is not too bad, although I do expect goals from both sides. And then obviously at the bottom, Luton's defense is pretty bad, which is why maybe having a Forest attacker might not be a bad choice. Luton and Burnley. Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Luton has been quite surprising because they were doing so well.
High scoring goals and games.
Yeah. But then they just dropped off.
Yeah, that's true. But then this is like a relegation game. Luton versus Forest, because Forest are also on the edge of that relegation battle, and there's this whole potential talk about deduction in points and all of that. So this is a very important game for them to win.
Yeah. Must win, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. So we'll see how that goes.
If Luton wants to survive. They're gonna have to win too.
Yeah, exactly. And they're at home, so they will most likely go for it in this game. So we'll see what happens. So yeah, that is basically it. I think we need to look at the panel team as well. I think the panel team is in a bit of a disaster. It's in the middle of a hard rock, and I don't know what's the saying. I've forgotten the saying. But anyways, 24 points. Still has Solanke.
Better than mine.
Benched Garnacho, unfortunately. Still have Solanke, Doughty, and Neto to go, and Barkley as well. So in a similar situation to yours as well.
Yeah, not too bad.
But the thing this week is this is what the team looks like this week. So
it has to go with a free hit.
Probably. I was thinking if we could like avoid free hitting, like take Solanke out, take like a Foden out, or take a Garnacho out. But then you'll still be like without two attackers. I wasn't sure what to do on this team. Maybe go with a free hit kind of makes sense, right? And then wildcard in like 30 or 31.
It's gonna have to be free hit because
Yeah.
there's no way
Yeah.
you're gonna go with five or six.
Yeah, that's the thing. So, do you want to build a free hit team now, or?
Yeah, let's do this. I
Alright.
think that decision has to be made.
Yeah.
We've already made the decision. It has to be a free hit. Might as well do it.
Yeah, might as well. All right, so let's remove the players that are not playing this week. We'll remove Saka, Foden, Garnacho. I think we'll remove Barkley as well because we're not going to need him. This is what the team is like with players available. I think Moreno also is someone we could probably get rid.
Get rid of now. Yeah.
So in goal, who do we want?
Who do we say? Brentford keeper, right?
Yeah. So Flecken from Brentford.
Yeah.
The other option, who would be the second? Doesn't really matter, right?
For Martinez, but we'll just go with a cheap one, maybe.
Budget is not going to be an issue on this team. Trust me.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go with Martinez for now.
Yeah, Martinez. Yes.
I don't think it's going to be an issue budget. In defense, we got Doherty. Do we want a Spurs defender?
Yes, we do. Borrow?
Yeah. Which is the third defender? Or do we come back to it?
So definitely not Brentford. Aston Villa, we're not too sure who's going to play. Forest, Brentford. I think it's going to have to be a Villa defender. I think it's going to be a 3 defender. Let's just put someone in for now. Keep Moreno for now.
Keep Moreno for now. Then I'll remove Martinez because too many Aston Villa players.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, we'll come back to that goalkeeper spot. That's not really needed because second goalkeeper can be anyone. Okay, let's go to our midfield. Let's try and build our core 11. Son has got to be in there.
Got to be.
Bowen,
yeah, need to be there.
Who do we want? Do we want Madison?
Yeah, Madison.
Okay. Now,
so that's your 3 Spurs player done.
Yeah. So now, do we want another midfielder? Do we go for the Fulham?
Let's put Ivan Toney in first.
Let's go.
Now the decision is 3-4-3 or 3-5-2, right?
Yeah. So we have Ivan Toney in.
Okay.
Now the question is.
Now I just gotta make a decision.
Yeah. So. In that fifth midfield spot, we have the likes of Iwobi, Gibbs White, Elanga.
Yeah. I think Gibbs White.
Okay. And then in the forward spots, we have Muniz. We have Morris. Those are the 2 options.
Oh.
I would say.
What we have, we don't. Yeah, double striker?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, most of what Tony scored is actually from Wizard, right?
Yeah, or whatever Wizard scoring is from Tony. From the looks of it.
Yeah, I think get Wizard in. So then we need to make a decision at the end.
Yeah.
What 3 strikers or 2?
Yeah. Now in goal, I'll actually go and just get like else maybe. Where is Nottingham Forest? Let's just go and put him for now. Defenders. We will go and actually do. Let's get Roslev, who is the other Brentford one. Oh no, too many Brentford. Yeah. Sorry. So we can't do a Brentford. Let's go get Robinson.
Oh, okay.
I'll get Robinson from Fulham, attacking fullback. Yeah. We're not going to play him though. Yeah. And then West Ham, or do we want to go for a Forest fullback?
Yeah, Forest. What's the French fullback again? What's his name?
Was it Murillo who is the French fullback? Or there's Nico Williams?
Oh, no, I was talking about Aurier.
Oh, I don't know if
Is
he
he still
plays.
there?
No, I don't think he starts. There's Toffolo, who is the other side. But I think Nico Williams is the more attacking fullback out of the two.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Um,
Nico Williams, yeah.
yeah. So this is what it would look like.
Did you choose free hit?
No, I'm about to play the free hit.
Okay.
Play free hit. Confirm transfers and play free. Yep. So it will look something like this is where we to decide who we actually like start and whatnot. Like we could even start Nico Williams over Alex Moreno if you think so, but so this is where we like. Do you start Leon Bay? Do you start Gibbs White? Do you start Wissa?
Oh, Gibbs White instead of Wissa. I bet that probably is the only thing
So then
you would do, right?
yeah, then between Wissa and Leon Bay, who would you start? I guess that depends on like Europa League as well. Like if ERB plays Europa League, then maybe Bay plays the Premier League. If Bay plays Premier League, then ERB might play Europa League. I mean the.
So we're betting on basically Villa, Spurs, and Brentford, really.
Technically, with a bit of Forest in Gibbs White.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good.
Okay, we'll keep it like this. We'll see what the others also say.
Captain.
Son? Or Watkins? Or 20?
Who would you rank?
I
1,
think
2, 3. One being the
Son being one.
yeah.
Based on form, I think I would put Tony 2. I mean, sorry, Watkins 2, and then Tony 3. Just based on form. Fixtures wise, though, Tony has the better fixture.
Yeah. I'm a gamble person. I probably would put Tony as a captain because I need to just make up my differences. But that's what I would do.
Yep, fair enough.
But a more rational decision, probably Son is the captain.
Probably. Between Son or Watkins, one of them are also not a bad shot.
Yeah. I've said it on the pot. If Tony Scott hat-trick, then...
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, we'll ask the others as well, see what they say. But for now, it looks like this is the free hit squad.
Yeah, sounds good. Looks good.
All right, we will see how this team does, and we'll check what everyone else also has to say. And welcome to Todd in the chat as well. But yeah, that's basically all we have. Anything else to add?
No, really. It's really depending on the FA Cup.
Yeah.
You can start making plans on double game week, whether it's wildcard or not.
Yep. And then also like when to wildcard 30 or 31.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And also the internationals as well. So you don't know if someone come back injured or things like that. It's going to change the plan.
Yep.
So you probably won't make a decision until the international games are over.
Probably. Yeah, that's the thing. That's also something to consider. Yep, true.
Just relax and enjoy Arsenal being top of the league. For 3 weeks, 2 weeks.
Fair enough. All right. We'll end it with that. But yeah, that's basically all we have for today. There is a free hit video out as well for anyone who's looking. Make sure to go check out that free hit video. It's on the channel. But yeah, thank you to Roy. And thank you to everyone who's joined. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe. We're 20 subscribers away from 700. So make sure to subscribe if you are new. And if you're playing the free hit, comment your free hit team in the video and I will reply it back. Until then, I will see you all on the deadline stream this week. Thank you all for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you all later.
Let's get it to 1,000 subscribers, yeah?
Indeed.
Come on, guys.
1,000. Let's go. Yeah.